Good morning. Happy Monday. I'll be seeing this video on a Monday. I'm not recording on a Monday. I'm recording Wednesday, and it is super cold and rainy and kind of crummy out today. So I'm going to keep myself busy inside. I've been taking lots of walks every morning, and I'm a bit sad that this morning I can't take a long walk, but I'll figure out some way to get some fresh air and exercise today. Later on today, I'm going to have a Winn-Dixie party with my nieces. Some of you remember Winn-Dixie. If you haven't read it, read it now. It's really, really, really good. But my nieces and I and my daughter Sierra just are going to finish reading this today, and then we're going to watch the movie and have some of the snacks and just have kind of some snacks from the book and just have a fun movie day later. I hope you're doing something fun. I hope you're getting some reading done. What are you reading? I hope some of you are using that Scribed website that I told you about where you get free for the next 30 days. So this is another book that I'm going to begin reading this week. Luis in 8th grade, he said that he was interested in reading this book, and I hadn't seen it yet. But The Mamba Mentality, How I Play, and it's by Kobe Bryant, Phil Jackson, and Paul Gasol. Is that how you say his name? I don't know. But it sounds, it seems super interesting, and it felt like this is a book that some of you might be interested in as well, especially those of you who are basketball fans and Kobe Bryant fans. But I just peeked through it a little bit, and I like it because there's tons of pictures in the book as well. So not only Kobe Bryant's story and how he became such a successful basketball player, but there's lots of pictures in here that make the book seem even more compelling and intriguing. So that's what I'm going to begin also reading this week. I hope you're reading something wonderful as well. So this week's learning target, we're going to focus on this learning target right here. I can determine the connotation of a word as it's used in a text. So we'll continue reading House Arrest together. Mrs. Ash has been watching the videos. I'll go to the YouTube site, and I'll pull up that video that we're on, and I'll have K.A. Holt read it to us, but then I'll tab over to the Scribed website, and I'll follow along as she reads it to us. And I really love hearing all of her backstories about how she got her ideas for the story. So it just makes the story even more interesting and special that I get to hear the author read it to me, and I get to hear all her insights and inspirations for the story. So your assignment for today, in addition to reading parts 11 and 12, I'm going to give you two different parts. I want to move a little bit more quickly through the book. And we're going to be looking at the denotation and connotation of some of the words that K.A. Holt used in her book, House Arrest. So the first thing you'll do is watch this video. So just click here to watch the video, and the video will give you a little bit more information about what is connotation and what is denotation. Denotation is the dictionary definition of a word. So just the straight up literal definition of the word. And the connotation, that's the trickier part. That kind of goes along with how the word is used in context in the story. And it also has to deal with the emotional weight and baggage that the word carries with it. Does it have a positive connotation? Does it have neither one? Like if I said the word table, that doesn't really have a positive or negative connotation for most people. So that's kind of neutral. So positive, neutral, or negative connotation. So we'll be looking at that today. So the directions say after you watch this video, there's a word bank below, and these are all words that K.A. Holt used in her House Arrest section that we read today. She used a ton of really, really, really wonderful words, so it made it easy for me to pick out some of the words. Words like vanquish or scimitar, trachea, that's a big one that's come up a lot in the book. Bananas, see how she uses it in her story. Smirking, resuscitate, prohibited, voltage. So what you're going to do is you're going to choose 5 of these words. And Mrs. Ash has an example here. So one word she used is simpering. And simpering was a new word for me too. The denotation, so what I did is I just went to, opened a new page, and I did simpering definition. And this first definition that comes up right away, it says affectedly coy or ingratiating. And that definition didn't make that word that much clearer to me. So I scrolled down and I went to the Merriam-Webster site, and you'll see the definition here says to smile in a silly, affected, or ingratiating manner. And then it uses it in context. So through force or will, she escaped the narrowness of Victorian daughterhood, the polite world of needlework and simpering over teacups that had always bored her. So right away, it makes it seem like it has a negative connotation. I wasn't really sure what this word ingratiating meant, so I looked up that word too. I just put it up here and I looked up that word, and you'll see that in my example here. So simpering is like smiling marked by insipidity, which meant dull, or by affected or ingratiating, flattering timidly. So ingratiating meant kind of flattering. So it kind of made it seem like laughing just because even when something is dull or you just do it to kind of be polite. Have you ever done that where you kind of laugh like your teacher tells a dumb joke and you're just like, that kind of seemed like what simpering was to me. And you'll see how K.A. Holt, she uses like 5 or 6 times in this section, and it definitely had a negative connotation. So I put my word here, the denotation, the literal dictionary definition, and then I had to decide if the connotation was positive, neutral, or negative, and I decided that was negative. So you'll do it the same thing with 5 other words, and then you can do this. You'll have your own copy in your Google Classroom, so just do it in your Google Classroom and then turn the assignment in there. Just submit it there, and then I'll take a look at it and give you some feedback. I hope you have a wonderful day. Happy reading. I'll see you later.